Everyone. In the previous lecture, we have discussed the basic concepts of internet. Here, we will discuss how computers communicate over the internet. At the end of this session, the students would be able to learn concept of internet addressing. They would be able to understand how the DNS is organized, and they would be able to describe the working of DNS. As we know, most computers on the internet use TCP/IP protocol as a standard for communicating over the network. In TCP/IP protocol, the unique identifier for a computer is called its IP address. So now the question is, what is an IP address? To send a letter, we need mailing address. In the same way, one computer needs the IP address of another computer to communicate with it. So IP address is used to uniquely identify a device on the network. It allows us to find a particular device from billion of devices which are connected to the internet. An IP address, it consists of 32 bits. 8 bits, they form 1 octet. So IP address consists of 4 octet. Normally, IP addresses, they are written in dotted decimal notation. In this format, each 8-bit byte in 32-bit address is converted from binary into decimal number between 0 and 255. The numbers are then written as 4 decimal numbers with dots between them. For example, 172.16.81.100, it is a valid IP address. But if we say 256.16.81.100, is it a valid IP address? No, because number should be between 0 and 255. An IP address, it consists of network part and host part. The number of bits used to identify network part and host part vary according to class of IP address. The IP address can be classified into 5 classes: class A, class B, class C, class D and class E. But mainly we use 3 classes: class A, class B and class C. IP addresses, these are managed by IANA, that is Internet Assigned Numbers Authority. We can't assign same IP address to two devices on the network. So IP address should be same. We are having two types of IP addresses, that is static and dynamic. Static IP address, as the name indicates, the static IP address never change. It serves as a permanent internet address and it provides a simple way for the communication. For the static IP address of a system, we can get many details such as information about country, region, information about ISP that serves that particular computer and location of the computer. And second category is dynamic IP address. These are temporary IP addresses. These are assigned to a computer when they get connected to the internet each time. These are actually taken from a pool of IP addresses shared over various computers. Dynamic IP address, it is mostly assigned by DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Static IP addresses are considered as less secure than dynamic IP addresses because IP addresses are easier to track in case of static IP address. So we can say when a device is assigned a static IP address, the address does not change. Most devices use dynamic IP address which are assigned by the network when they connect and change over time. As we discussed earlier, each IP address is written in so-called dotted decimal notation. Here, each byte is identified by a decimal number in the range between 0 to 255. Suppose these are the binary numbers and each binary number is converted to corresponding decimal number and each decimal number is separated by dot which we call period. Here we have to identify the error in the given IP version for address. First address is 211.156.145.078. Can you identify, can you find some error in this address? This address is wrong as it contains 078 because there should not be any leading 0 in an IP address. Next address is 231.122.17.0.120. This address is also wrong because we should not have more than 4 bytes in an IP version 4 address, but it consists of 5 bytes. Next address is 375.45.31.18. This address is also wrong because each byte should be less than or equal to 255 and it contains 375 in first octet. Next address is 111.00010.23.14.67. IP address can be written either in binary notation or in dotted decimal notation. Mixture of binary notation and dotted decimal notation is not allowed while writing IP version 4 address. The question is why IP version 4 addresses are divided into classes. There are 232 IP addresses. Managing all the addresses without any scheme are just too impossible. For example, if you have to find out a word from dictionary, then it will take less than 5 minutes to find out that word. We are able to do so because words in dictionary are arranged in some sequence or in alphabetic order. If we have to find out same word from dictionary which does not use any sequence or order to organize words, then it may take up 1 week to find out that specific word. So, if an unorganized dictionary which contains roughly 1 billion words can turn a 5-minute task into 1 week task, then we can imagine how nearly 4.3 billion addresses will make a search task complicated if they are not organized. So, for easier management, IP addresses are organized in numeric order and divided in the following 5 classes: Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D and Class C. So first we are going to discuss Class A address. First bit of first octet is always set to 0. First octet in decimal ranges from 0 to 127. Address range for Class A is 1.0.0.0 to 126.255.255.255. IP address range 127.255.255.255 is reserved for loopback IP addresses. There are 2 raised to the power 7 minus 2 means 126 networks and 2 raised to the power 24 minus 2 hosts. Number of networks available in Class A is equal to numbers possible due to remaining available 7 bits in the network ID minus 2. Because 1 bit of first byte we have kept reserved, so we are left with the remaining 7 bits for network ID. Class A IP address format is first byte represents network ID, remaining 3 bytes they represent host ID. Next class is Class B. First 2 bits of first octet are set to 0 in case of Class B addressing scheme. So if the 32-bit binary address starts with bits 10, then IP address belongs to Class B. Or in decimal, if first byte of IP address lies between 128 to 191, it means address belongs to Class B. Suppose address 157.56.45.37, it belongs to class B. Class B IP address range from 128.0.0.0 to 191.255.255.255. So starting address of class B is 128.0.0.0 and ending address of class B is 191.255.255.255. Default subnet mask for class B is 255.255.0.0, while default subnet mask for class A is 255.0.0.0. Class B has total number of 2 raised to power 14 network addresses because numbers possible due to remaining available 14 bits in net ID, and it has 2 raised to 16 minus 2 host addresses. Class B IP address format is first 2 bytes they represent network ID and remaining 2 bytes they represent host ID. This class is class C. First octet of this class has its first 3 bits set to 110. So if the 32-bit binary address starts with the bits 110, then IP address belongs to class C. In case of decimal, if first byte of IP address lies between 192 and 223, then it means address belongs to class C. For example, 195.5.67.98, this address belongs to class C. Default subnet mask for class C is 255.255.255.0. Class C provides us 2 raised to power 21 network addresses and 2 raised to power 8 minus 2, that is 254 host addresses. IP address format of class C is first 3 bytes they represent network ID and last byte represent host ID, while in case of class A, first byte represent network ID and remaining 3 bytes represent host ID. Class C addresses, they are used by those organizations which require small to medium sized networks. For example, our college, it uses class C address, small university, small office. Class is class D. Here first 4 bits of first octet are set to 1110. So if the 32-bit binary address starts with bits 1110, then IP address belongs to class D. Class D has IP address range from 224.0.0.0 to 239.255.255.255. Class D IP addresses, they are reserved for multicasting. In multicasting, data is sent to multiple people at the same time. It does not have any subnet mask. And one most important point about class D address is that it is not divided into network ID and host ID. Class is class C. If the 32-bit binary address starts with bits 1111, then IP address belongs to class C. The class C IP addresses are reserved for experimental purpose only, for research and development or study. IP addresses in the class C range from 240.0.0.0 to 255.255.255.255. Like class D, this class is not equipped with any subnet mask and it is not divided into host ID and network ID. Let's make short review how to find class of IP address in binary notation. when address is given in binary notation. First, we will check first bit of first byte. If it is 0, it means address belongs to class A. If it is 1, then we check for second bit. If it is 0, then address belongs to class B. If it is 1, then we are going to check third bit. If it is 0, then it means address is of class C. If it is 1, then we will check fourth bit. If it is 0, then it means address belongs to class D. But if it is 1, then address belongs to class C. Brief summary of IP address classes is represented in the form of table. We can check whether the address belongs to class A or class B or class C or class D or class E by seeing the bit pattern of first byte or by checking the decimal range of first byte. If the bit pattern of first byte is 1110, it means IP address belongs to class D. If the decimal number of first byte is 128, it means address belongs to class B. Classification of IP addresses into classes help us to find out whether devices are on the same network or on a different network. Consider the IP address 10.50.120.7 as first byte lies between 0 and 127. So this address belongs to class A. Here network address is 10.0.0.0. Here first byte represent network ID, remaining 3 bytes they represent host ID. Host address is 10.50.120.7. Device with the IP address 10.75.120.7 is on the same network, but device having IP address 11.50.120.8 is on different network. So classification of IP address into classes help us to decide whether the systems they belong to same network or on a different network. Let us make a short revision. Here we to find the class of each address in binary notation. So in first address, since first bit is 0, it means this address belongs to class A. In the second address, first two bits are 1 and third bit is 0, so it is class C address. In the third address, first bit is 1 and second bit is 0, so it is class B address. And last, first 3 bits are 1 and fourth bit is 0, so this address represents class D. Here we have to find class of each address. Well, address is represented in decimal notation. First address is 17.122.48.12. Since first byte of IP address is 17, which lies between 0 and 127, so address represents class A. Second IP address 195.23.90.234. Here first byte is 195, which lies between 192 and 223. So this address belongs to class C. Third address is 144.23.190.67. Since first byte is 144, which lies between 128 and 191, so this address belongs to class B. And last address is 242.5.145.172. Here first byte is 242, which lies between 240 and 255, so this address belongs to class C. There are two types of IP addresses, IP version 4 and IP version 6. Since addresses in IP version 4 are exhausted, so we have to shift to IP version 6 addressing scheme. In case of IP version 4, addresses are 4 bytes long, but in case of IP version 6, addresses are 16 bytes long. So IP version 4 it provides us 2 raised to the power 32 unique IP addresses, while IP version 6 it provides us 2 raised to the power 128 unique IP addresses. IP version 4 uses numerical addressing method, while IP version 6 uses alphanumeric addressing method. Binary bits are separated by dot in case of IP version 4, while binary bits are separated by colon. IP version 4 it support broadcast, means we can send the message to all people at the same time, but IP version 6 it supports only unicast and multicast, it does not support broadcast. Subnet mask is used to separate network address from host address in IP address. It is 32 bits in length. It uses same notation which are used by IP address to represent itself. Default mask for class A 255.0.0.0. For class B 255.255.0.0, and for class C is 255.255.255.0. Class D and class E they don't have any default subnet mask. If IP address is 172.145.1.1, then subnet mask is 255.255.0.0 because address belong to class B. Next topic is intranet. Intranet is a private version of internet. It is a version of internet which is confined to an organization. So an intranet is a private network that can only be accessed by authorized users. PCs in an intranet are not available to the world outside of the internet. In order to access an intranet, we need to enter login information. So we must have login and password in order to access an intranet. It allows employees to securely share messages and files with each other. Every computer in internet is identified by unique IP address like internet, accessed only by authorized persons, especially members or employees of the organization. Only members or employees of a company or organization they can access the computers in their intranet. The main purpose of internet is to share company information and computing resources among employees. It may consist of many interlinked local area networks. So each computer in internet is identified by IP address which is unique among the computers in that internet. Technology behind intranet. Internet uses same technology which is used by internet, means it is a network of interconnected TCP IP networks. So communication between two systems which are connected to internet is based on TCP IP protocol suite. It uses same kind of server like web server, proxy server, DNS server, email server, and it uses a same browser, same databases and search engines. The internet is protected from internet with the help of firewall. Firewall helps to control access between the intranet and internet to permit access to internet only to the members. So firewall can be implemented either in hardware or in software. We are going to discuss similarities and differences between internet and intranet. First we go with similarities. In case of internet, it uses same internet protocol such as TCP/IP and FTP or SMTP or NNTP. Internet sites are accessible by web browser. However, only members of internet network can access internet hosted sites. In intranet, instant messenger can be used as similar to Yahoo Messenger or Gtalk over the internet. Now we are going to discuss differences between Internet and Internet. Internet is general to pieces all over the world, whereas Internet is specific to few pieces. Means in case of Internet, few pieces are connected, while in case of Internet, all the pieces are connected all over the world. Internet provides access to websites to large population, whereas Internet is restricted. Here, access to websites is given to employees of the company. Internet is not safe as Internet. We can protect Internet from Internet by implementing some security rules. Let us discuss private IP addresses. Some addresses they are reserved for local networks. They can't be accessed from public networks such as Internet. We can't assign these addresses to our systems which are connected to Internet. For example, class A reserved address space is 10.0.0.02, 10.255.255.255. For class C, it is 192.168.0.02, 192.168.255.255. As it is already discussed that Internet is a network of computers connected to each other through a global network of cables. Each computer on the network can communicate, can transfer information to other computers. In order to communicate with the other computers, they need IP address. IP address, it is used to identify specific computer on the Internet on the network. So it is a series of numbers that identify, that locate particular computer on the Internet. However, it is very difficult for us to remember IP addresses. Imagine if we had to use such numbers to visit some site. For example, 172.217.166.5. It is very difficult for us to remember this number. This is the IP address of one site. We have to visit daily multiple sites. So domain name were invented to solve this issue, to solve this problem. So if we want to visit website, we don't need to enter entire long string of numbers. Instead, we can visit any website by typing easy to remember domain name in the browser's address bar. So domain name is the address of a website that we type in browser URL bar to visit website. It consists of two or more parts separated by period, which we call dots. We can create subdomain within domain. For example, if domain name is gpcgjl.com, within this domain, subdomains can be created. For example, computer.gpcgjl.com, electronics.gpcgjl.com, and so on. Classification of domain. Domains can be classified into three categories, three groups: generic or organization domain, second one geographical or country domain, and last one is reverse. First type of domain is organization domain. It consists of three character labels, three character code, and these three codes describe the organization type. It indicates the function of organization of their behavior. For example, .com stands for commercial organization. .edu stands for educational institution. .gov stands for government institutions. .int stands for international organizations. .mil means military organization. .net means networking organization. .org means non-profit organization. So with the help of generic domain, we can guess the function or type of the organization. Next domain is geographical or country domain. The format of country domain is same as that of organizational domain, but it uses 2-character country abbreviation in place of a 3-character organizational abbreviation. So it consists of 2 characters. It represents different countries around the world. For example, AU stands for Australia, IN for India, FR for France, US for United States, UK for United Kingdom, JP for Japan, IT Italy, CA Canada, PK for Pakistan. We have already said that communication between hosts is based on IP address, not domain name. Some applications, they need to find a name for an IP address. In other words, find the reverse record. This process is the translation of a IP address into domain name, which we call reverse translation. So reverse domain is a method of resolving IP address into domain name. So we use pseudodomains in.addr.arpa for IP version 4 IP address and ip6.arpa for IP version 6 for reverse translation. It is already discussed that TCP/IP protocol, they use IP address which uniquely identify the connection of computer to the internet, but we prefer to use names instead of numeric addresses. So but computer, they communicate with each other through IP address. So we need a system then can map a name to an address. So domain name system, it is a way to identify and locate computers which are connected to internet. We type domain name in the address bar and corresponding IP address is supplied. The translation of a domain name into IP address is possible only due to domain name system. So domain name system, it is a collection of databases that contain information about domain name and their corresponding IP addresses. It is a distributed database. Domain name system, it is a distributed database which is spreading over the internet, translating human readable computer host names into IP address. Function of a DNS, function of a domain name system, is to map domain name into IP address. So we can say that DNS acts as a phone book for the internet that helps to locate IP address for specific domain. And DNS, it uses a hierarchy to manage its distributed database system. DNS hierarchy, also called domain name space, is an inverted tree structure. The DNS tree has a single domain at the top of the structure, which we call root domain. A period or dot denotes root domain. Below the root domain, there are top level domains that divides the DNS hierarchy into segments. It is not possible for us to keep all domains in one computer, so domains are distributed over many servers. DNS is a fully qualified domain name. Fully qualified domain name includes host name and domain name. For example, mat.academy.edu is a fully qualified domain name. Similarly, academy.edu, it is also fully qualified domain name. Edu is a top level domain, while second level domain is academy. Next, DNS tools. Various tools are used for monitoring DNS information. For example, NSLOOKUP on Windows operating system and host on Unix operating system finds IP address information for a particular host on the internet. For example, we can find IP address of a domain name yahoo.com with the help of a NSLOOKUP tool. Next tool is Whois. It tells the owner and primary DNS server attached with a domain. As we know, main function of DNS is to map domain name into IP address. So here we are going to discuss working of a DNS, how DNS works. So when we type address of website in the address bar and press enter, Then first step is to look up IP address of that website. So IP address is located in the computer's DNS cache. If DNS records are found in computer's DNS cache, then we can communicate information with that website. We can exchange information. If no DNS records are found, then query is sent to local DNS server. If the records are not cached on local DNS server, then query is forwarded to another DNS server. The process continues unless IP address of that website is found. So when the DNS records are located, IP address is recursively sent to all caches on the way back to us. Then a connection to the server is developed and we can display the required website on our screen. Continuing with the working of DNS, suppose one system wants to access information from website www.pbtech.net which is hosted by another system. So in order to access information from that system, from that website, it needs IP address of that system. So first step is it has to locate IP address for that system. Second step is it will check IP address of that system in its own database or cache. If it is found, then it can transfer information, it can exchange information with that system. If it is not found, then it will forward this to another DNS server. So third step is DNS server will check IP address in its own cache, and if it is found, then it say this is the IP address of that domain, and it will forward IP address to the acquired DNS server. Then acquired DNS server will cache it and it will forward IP address to the required system, which can exchange information with the server hosting website www.pbtech.net. In this way, systems they can communicate with each other by finding IP address of the website. Let's make a short revision on working of DNS. In the real world, in the real scenario, users don't interface directly with the DNS resolver. Instead, browser and email client they make a request to DNS resolver to find IP address of a domain name. The DNS resolver checks the IP address of domain name in its cache. If the cache can provide the answer, then the problem is solved. If cache does not have the answer, request is sent to another DNS server and continues until the IP address is found. We should keep following points in our mind while working on IP addressing and domain name system. Computers communicate over internet using IP addresses. IP addresses are used to identify computers when they want to communicate with one another. Each device connected to internet has a unique IP address. DNS converts domain names into internet protocol addresses. DNS servers they are processing billions of requests across the internet at any given time. The various references which I have used in this video. So thank you and have a nice day. Keep safe and make the Punjab corona free.